Hello crafters, today I have a new 1 stamp 5 cards video for you today, and I'm bringing back this series because I have some new stamp sets I'm really excited to play with, and I think you really liked them when I did them back in starting in March and probably going to June. And anyway, now I'm just stamping the animals from the Ori Kami stamp set onto a base, and I'm using some embossing ink by Stampendous, and I'm going to be embossing that in silver and gold embossing powder, and I really have to get some more silver and gold embossing powder because it really didn't turn out that well. It's just mainly because I didn't have enough, I think. But yeah, and I'm using my Misty, which I got for Christmas, and I'm really grateful for it. I made three cards of this design, and it was a lot easier than if I had stamped each one repetitively. Anyway, now I'm just going to be using some Distress Inks by Ranger to colour the birds in and all the animals in. And at first I was just going to stay inside the lines, but then after they kind of seeped out, so I kind of liked the effect in the end, but yeah, it turned out for the better. So I'm using mustard seed, peeled paint, peacock feathers, spiced marmalade, picked raspberry, seedless preserves, and fired brick. And I'm just going to colour those in, and I'm kind of trying to put more of the pigment where the shading would be, unless where it'd be lighter. So now I'm just going to stamp down the happiness sentiment using Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and that's basically the cards finished. And again, the Misty is great for stamping the sentiment straight, because when you finished a long card and you get the sentiment, it's not line straight, it's really annoying. It happens to me so many times. Anyway, now I'm just going to be stamping the animals again, and this time I'm going to be using Memento Tuxedo Black ink again, and I'm just going to be colouring them in, and I'm not going to show it on camera, sorry, because I kind of find it a bit boring. So I did it again just to kind of save more space, so waste less paper kind of thing. And yeah, so it's a bit boring, and I also had the space to fit in a sentiment as well, the happiness sentiment again, and I really like the font of the sentiments in this stamp set. But I find it'd be nice if there's a happy birthday or thanks sentiment, just because they're not the most useful, you don't have weddings every day, kind of. Yeah, anyway, now I coloured everything in using Crafty IT's watercolour markers and Tiger Twin markers and Pro markers, and now everything's cut out, and I'm very proud of my elephants. I think I did quite good shading, even if I say so myself. And now I'm just going to be masking a straight line off of about 1.5 inches down the card base, and I'm going to be blending, doing Distress Ink blending with Salty Ocean Distress Ink, mini Distress Ink, and I'm using my Distress Ink blending tool thing. And my Salty Ocean Distress Ink really hasn't much pigment left, so it took some time to build up. I really have to get some re-inkers, and yeah, I got some vouchers for Christmas, so I might be able to spend it there. And yeah, anyway, I'm just blending that out. And my plan is to put the fish along that board, that strip of blue, and it'll be kind of very simple. And yeah, it might be a bit too simple, but I personally really do like simple cards, so I'm very happy with it. And again, I also added in some peacock feathers Distress Ink as well to kind of build up the pigment on that line. And anyway, now I'm just sticking everything down, so I'm sticking the fish, kind of make them look like they're swimming or something. And yeah, and now I'm going to be sticking down the cranes. I think that's what they're called, origami cranes. And yeah, I mounted everything with foam tape, and I did that before, you can thank me, because it's very boring mounting things with foam tape, trust me. And now I'm just doing the butterflies, kind of making them look like they're flying, and I'm kind of making them stick to the half the card, not all over the card. I think that looks a bit more simple for some reason. And now I put some glossy accents onto a bit of card, and I have some gold thread, and I'm just going to be sticking that under to kind of look like the cranes are hanging, because that's normally how they are. They kind of hang, they make great pendants. And yes, I'm using some gold thread. It's from Gutterman, I think. And then I'm just going to secure that thread to the back of the cards. Yes. And now I also added in some sequins because there's big glossy accent that went onto the card, so I just added some sequins. And now I'm just going to stamp the sentiments using the same Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I used 2 other sentiments in the stamp set, and then my sentiments stamped really bad because I over-re-inked my Memento Tuxedo Black ink pad. So thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what stamps that you want me to use next. And anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye.